Okay, I want to do a little video about JFK. Please listen to this. This is a abbreviated version of a speech he gave. And then I'll have a little comment afterwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here. The full speech is about 19 minutes long. He gave it to the press. You've probably never heard it. This is one of the reasons he lost his life. There were several reasons to get rid of John F. Kennedy. And so the reasons to get rid of him were to get us out of Vietnam. He wanted to audit the Federal Reserve. He also wanted Israel to drop their nuclear bomb program. And this speech he gave got him killed. So what was the outcome after he was assassinated? Well, here's the outcome. So, try to get some light on here. I'm shooting this in my garage as I'm kind of screwed up here. So anyway, Vietnam was escalated. There was no audit of the Federal Reserve. LBJ enacted the Don't Act, Don't Tell with Israel about their nuclear bomb program. This speech was almost stricken from history. I bet you haven't ever even heard of it before. And, anybody that talked anything about a secret society has been ridiculed basically since then, called a crackpot. Personally, I've experienced that. So let's talk about the secret societies here. So I call them the Illuminati. They call themselves the Order, the Committee of 300. They really like to call themselves the Olympians, meaning the gods. But that's what they like to be called themselves. And they're really generational Satanists. A man named Fritz Springmeier has done a seminal work on the generational Satanists, as it were. They're the ruling families of Europe. Bushes are involved, the Clintons are involved, the Rothschilds, the international bankers. Some of the big players are the Ordo Temple Orientalis, Freemasons, Skull and Bones, the CFR, the Bohemian Club, Trilateral Commission, a lot of the think tanks you've heard of. They push evolution, they push sports, they push porn, socialism, drugs, homosexuality, all these things they push. And anyway, I'd like for you to listen to the full speech that he gave. It's about 19 minutes long. You can find it on YouTube. Anyway, him poking around, and his father knew about it. His father, Joseph Kennedy, said once, somebody was asking him, what's it like to run America? He said, well, about 50 people actually run America, and that number might be high. They're just here to control you. They're going to take all your money away. They've increased taxes beyond anything our founding fathers ever thought about. And these are the people that run the world, and they kill people once they get try to expose it too much. Anyway, please check out the full speech that he gave to the press. And thank you.